dragons, happy spring. Now, this time of year, we get a lot of spring themed candies, but possibly the most famous is these guys. That's right, Peeps. And mine are absolutely radioactive red. And we're gonna do some experiments with Peeps today. So, I've got a few different things for us to try. Let's get started. Okay, so the first question I always have with these guys is, do they float or sink? Now mine are, you can see it from the pink inside, mine are hot tamale flavored, which means I'm not gonna be eating these, but I am gonna put one in this thing of water to see if it floats or sinks. Why don't you go ahead and make a prediction? Do you think he is gonna float or sink? Look at what he's made of. How squishy he is. What do you think that means about what's inside him? He's so sparkly. All right, shall we? Here we go. Sink or float? Oh, he for sure floats. See if we can get him float right side up. There you go, look at him. He's like a little boat or a ducky. Adorable. So he definitely floats. Very interesting. Let's look at what's happening to him as he floats. Do you notice anything happening in the water down here? Anything going on down there? If you are looking closely, you might notice that the water is starting to turn pink. That's how you know there is a ridiculous amount of dye in that red sugar on the outside of this terrifying hot tamales Peep. He's getting a little slimy, so I'm gonna move on to our next project. Okay, so I have got 3 containers of liquid here now. This one is a container of water. This one is vegetable oil. This one is vinegar. Now what's gonna happen is I'm gonna put a Peep in each one and we're gonna make a guess about what will happen to those 3 Peeps. Let's look at what happens initially first. Let's put them all in. There's the water one, the oil one, and the vinegar one. All right, so at first, not much seems to be happening. Ooh, except with the water and the vinegar one. Let's take a closer look from the side. Look at what is happening to the liquid in the water one and in the vinegar one. Like we noticed in our first project, that liquid is starting to change colors. How fascinating. I'll tell you what, let's leave them in there for a few hours and see what happens. Maybe future Miss B can check in with us at this point in our video and let us know what's happening. All right, friends, future Miss B here to tell you that we have an interesting thing happening to our Peeps. Our Peep in vinegar is a lighter pink. Our Peep in oil doesn't seem to have lost any of his color. He's indifferent to the whole process. And our Peep in water has turned very pink. That sugar is dissolving really effectively. And I want you to take a look at what's happening to the bottoms of these Peeps. Look at this. How interesting is that? Let's check out our oil one, see if anything has happened to him. Not a thing. Still very much oh, I squished his face a little bit. Sorry, little guy. And then this guy, that color seems to be soaking off the sugar and into the marshmallow, which is very interesting to me. Maybe they will show up again in a later video. We're gonna do another video later this week, and maybe they'll show up then. Okay, I have one more experiment that you can try at home, and I think you're gonna enjoy it, but there are rules. Just like our last video, you have to ask parent permission for this one, and you really do have to follow these rules exactly, because if you don't, you could really make a mess of your microwave, and nobody enjoys having to clean a huge mess out of their microwave. So, make sure you follow these instructions, okay? You're gonna need 2 Peeps, 1 microwave safe dish, and if you would like to do it the way I do it, you're gonna need 2 toothpicks. Let's go try it out. All right, tragic news, my friends. I am out of toothpicks, and I'm certainly not willing to go to the store for something as non-essential as toothpicks. in these crazy times. So we are going to do it today without toothpicks. Normally you'd stick the toothpicks coming right out of the peep like this so they look like they're about to joust. But as it is, we've got 2 peeps in a microwave safe pie plate, and we are going to turn on the microwave and watch what happens to them. Y'all ready? All right, I should probably close the microwave, so hold tight. Okay, you want to set your microwave for exactly 30 seconds. Don't set it for longer than 30 seconds. And you want to stay and keep an eye on this because first of all, you're going to want to see what happens. And second of all, you definitely don't want this to get any bigger of a reaction than you would get at about 30 seconds. Y'all ready? All right, here we go. Go peeps, go. I know it's hard to see them through that grate, but I promise you're going to be able to see when it starts happening. Ah, yes, there they go. Yes, my friends, that is those peeps getting absolutely ginormous in the microwave. Let's take a look at how they did. All right, you can already see them shrinking back down, but you can also see the cracks in their sugary skin where they grew. How incredible is that? Definitely try this one at home. See what happens if you get to a slightly higher number than 30, but definitely do not go over 1 minute. All right, y'all promise? Okay, then we're gonna do one last project that's for me to do and for you to watch. Let's check it out. Okay, so for this last experiment, I have come outside because I don't need the smell in my house. We have got a peep on a metal baking tray. We've got a cup for safety because that can fit over the peep and deprive it of oxygen. And we've got fire. You may not be able to see it, but that is a blowtorch. So let's see what happens when you light a peep on fire. All right, here we go. So what happens first is that the sugar caramelizes on the outside. Ooh, that's nasty. There we go, and he is on fire. Go, buddy, go. Phew, let's see if we can catch this side over here. It's like catching a marshmallow on fire when you're making s'mores, but grosser because the sugar is melting and this food coloring is real gross. Woohoo! So you can clearly see why I'm not letting you do this one at home. It's not really safe for you guys to be playing with fire, but if you have a mom or dad who is a giant nerd like me and who wants to burn one, I'm gonna strongly advise that you do so outside because this is one heck of a smell, my friends. Look at him melt away. You can see all those bubbles coming out. Part of that is the sugar boiling as it melts, but part of it is that a peep has all these tiny air bubbles inside, just like every marshmallow. That's why the peep floats. It's also why it expands so huge in the microwave. Those air bubbles inside the peep start to heat up, and that air expands as it heats, just like we talked about in our can collapse video. And that expanding air, all those bubbles inside the peep, make that peep get absolutely huge. Ooh, now we got some good fire going on this end. Woo! That's warm. All right, I think it's time to put this sucker out. So let's get our mug for safety and make sure that fire goes all the way out. Okay, I wanted to show you one last thing now that the fire has fully gone out. You're seeing this kind of smooth area over here. This is a hardened candy now. This part still has marshmallow underneath, but this over here is all melted sugar that has hardened again. This is a lot like how they make a hard candy. They just try not to burn theirs. Okay, we're just gonna put that back. Gonna have to clean this tray later, not looking forward to that. Well, dragons, I hope you've enjoyed this video of experiments you can do with Peeps. I hope you guys are having an excellent stay-at-home semester, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, so I said I was not gonna eat one, but now I've been like touching them and messing with them for a while and I'm kind of curious. So let's find out what a Hot Tamales Fierce Cinnamon Peep tastes like. Kind of disappointing, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not very cinnamony. It mostly just tastes like marshmallow.